Welcome back. All right, so I figured I'd wear the fisherman because it was using the fisherman logo for the board, so why not? So it was Sorokin versus Ronta in the game tonight between the Islanders and the Canes, and of course Carolina came into this up 3-1, and they could have eliminated the Islanders, got themselves a little bit of a break. Doesn't happen, and now the series will return to UBS for one very loud, boisterous game, and they'll try to push it to a seventh game, which would be in Raleigh. So this is the first potential elimination game of the 2023 playoffs, and feels like that's, kind of a big deal. But yeah, so the Islanders thought it was a big deal too. Pesce has a shot that's turned aside. Stahl was denied shortly thereafter. The Canes press a minute and a half in. The dislikes start showing up early on in this. Although I noticed the physicality tonight is down. And one thing I think is that as these series have settled in now, the physicality will settle down a little bit. There's only so much of that they can take. Burns has a net feed that's held. There's a power play for the Islanders. There was a shorthanded fast break by Stahl. Sorokin saves there, so huge save by Elias Sorokin. Repeated clears by the Canes. That power play's killed off. No shots. The shots on net, though, are 5-2 for Carolina at 5 minutes. So they're playing well. Gostisbehere has a shot that's blocked. The Islanders clear it out. Pesce has a screenshot saved as the Canes press. And then completely against the flow of play on their fourth shot, after a turnover forced by Nelson, he gets it over to Engvall, and at 10:27, it's suddenly 1-0 Islanders. So a very boisterous, very loud crowd in Carolina, kind of quieted with that 1-0 goal as a road team, stop me if you've seen this over the last few days, as a road team takes a lead. So Burns is denied as the Canes look to answer. Puljujarvi has a rush chance at save. The Canes press with 7 minutes left. Martinook fires one wide from the slot. I thought Martinook was all over the ice in this game. Just no puck luck for him. Pesce fires one high. The Islanders clear it out. Lee fires one wide on a rare Islanders scoring chance. They really did not have very many in that first period. Fashing's then denied on a wraparound chance. And with 2:28 left, the Canes get a power play. They score, but there's an offside challenge, so that comes off the board. And that kind of ends up being huge in this game. Because then the Canes cycle in the final seconds of that power play. There was a post for Aho. Burns has a shot that's blocked. That's killed off. So coming out of that first period, instead of it being 1-1, it's 1-0 for the Islanders. The first time they've had a lead after the first period in 25 playoff games, which might date back to when they wore this. I'm kidding. So, second period, good early back and forth. Parisi has a sharp angle shot. That was saved. Ronta turns aside a dangerous opportunity shortly thereafter. Pesce's denied. The Islanders clear. And Nelson scores one from Engvall and Palmieri at 3:15. And right before the goal, Aho took a puck to the face. So Aho's down on the ice. He would need to leave for repairs. And so that leaves Carolina with 4 guys instead of 5 on the ice. And that did absolutely contribute to Nelson getting that goal. So the shots are 4-3 for the Islanders at 4.5 minutes. Martinook has a net feed that's picked off. We get a power play for Carolina. There's a post for Burns. The Canes cycle. Then there was a shorthanded 2-on-1. Palmieri fires wide. Jarvis is robbed. The Canes would get some pressure. That's killed off. Power play's done. Quiet building. The Islanders not giving up very much down the middle of the ice. The Canes really not much to look at for them. And then Aho was back. He had a fat lip. Looked pretty rough out there. Not as rough as some of the others we've seen in these playoffs when it comes to coming back and playing through injury, but still, didn't look great. Things get pushy on a hold by Sorokin. Engvall has a rush chance. That's held. Palmieri can't bury one in close as that line continued to be prominent in this one. Sorokin really was becoming the story at this point in the game. The Islanders up 2-0 in large part because Sorokin doing Sorokin things. The Islanders press with 8 minutes left. However, Carolina would score to get on the board. Stastny from Chatfield and Puljujarvi at 13:10. He tips that one in front, and that brings the Canes crowd right back into this one. So the Islanders press with 5 minutes left. Stepan then has a shot that's held when the Canes press the other way. 3:13 left. There's a power play for the Islanders. 20 seconds later, it becomes 4-on-4. During the 4-on-4, Matt Barzal scores. Horvat with the assist at 18:05. So nice play there on a 2-on-1, and then everything's killed off. Canes press in the final minute. Slavin has a chance that's held. After 2 periods, the score's 3-1 in favor of the Islanders. So third period. The Islanders during this season 27-3-3 when they're leading after 2, so not bad. But remember, playoffs, you can kind of throw those stats aside at least a little bit. Kotkaniemi has a shot that's held. Horvat has a rush chance that's held as well. Good forechecking by the Islanders early in that period. You got to frustrate them, right? Near miss for Pajot on a rush. Puljujarvi then has a chance that's held. Sorokin, his positioning, just he's very smart. Very often when fans get upset because they're like, oh, every shot they took just hit him right in the logo. Yeah, it means the goalie's got really good positioning going on. Barzal can't bury one in close. Chatfield then has a chance that's held. Things get pushed in a hold by Ranta. There wasn't a lot of that in this game. Kane's press at 9 minutes. The shots are 4-3 Carolina at the half, so not a lot of opportunities. That would change. Engvall has a chance that's saved as the Islanders press. And then from the slot, off of a good forecheck, Aho scores from Jarvis and Kotkaniemi at 10:28. That makes it a one-goal game. And so the Canes understand that they have a chance to tie this, and they go for it. They look for that tie, and with 8:09 left, they draw themselves a power play. The Canes cycle. Nason has a chance that's held. And this is where the corner board. So we keep hearing about all these digital ads. No, it's good. This is great. Apparently, they're up for an award for the best technological advancement in sports this year. I don't know what they're up against, but the fact is that the Islanders' white jerseys were disappearing into those board ads. The other night in the Avalanche game, the Breezers were disappearing into the board ads. It's distracting. And I know Gary says everybody loves those board ads, but it's distracting when a jersey keeps disappearing because you're noticing that a player has become invisible. We noticed this, Gary. We noticed the players becoming invisible. Anyways, it may seem like a minor thing, but it's one of those things that kind of drives me nuts. We then get 43 seconds of 4-on-4, and this is a first. Both Sebastian Ahos were in the box. Pesce has a screenshot that's held. The Islanders had trouble setting up the power play once they get there, and the Canes kill that off. Huge kill for Carolina. Sorokin catches a chance from Aho. Fans call one, the referee doesn't. Canes press with 3.5 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2:35 left. The Canes cycle. The Islanders really pinned down at this point. They're not getting the puck out. Carolina all around the net. Pelech has a shot, or Pelech shot blocks. The Islanders finally clear it out. 58.7 seconds left. Did the Islanders commit a delay of game? The officials get together. They do not call it. And it appears it was correct because the stick was against the board. So the puck was against the boards. That qualifies as a deflection. Gostisbehere is a blasted save. The Islanders clear. Natchez has a net feed that just totally misses. And so the Islanders are able to clear that out. And they survive it. The Canes don't really get much of a strong opportunity at that net. And your final score in this one's 3-2. The Islanders win. They stay alive. They go home. You win at home. You force a Game 7. Anything can happen in a Game 7. So your 3 stars in this one are Engvall, Nelson, and Aho because they must hate Sorokin, I guess. Shots on net are 11-5 Carolina in the first, 13-12 Carolina in the second, 12-5 Carolina in the third. Final shots are 36-22 for the Canes. And the Islanders goaltender doesn't get a star. Power plays, the Islanders 0 for 3, Carolina 0 for 4. Hits 33-27 for the Islanders. Sorokin saved 34 out of 36, and Ranta saved 19 out of 22. So a really strong road game by the Islanders and by Sorokin, so he's a star in my heart. That's important. Anyways, what do you mean it's not important? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.